Andrei Arlovski and Josh Barnett, two battle-tested former Ultimate Fighting Championship (UFC) champions who have somehow never squared off, helm the promotion's trip to Barclaycard Arena in Hamburg, Germany, this Saturday afternoon, September 3, 2016, on Fight Pass. Elsewhere on the online card, Alexander Gustafsson looks to rebound against Jan Blachowicz in a light heavyweight showdown, and Ilir Latifi attempts to continue his unexpected 205-pound rise at Ryan Batter's expense. We've 3 more UFC Fight Night 93 prelims undercard matches to break. 185 pounds, Scott Askham vs Jack Hermansson. 11 fights into his professional career, Scott Askham, 14-2, defeated Jorge Becerra to win the BAMMA middleweight title and proceeded to knock out Max Nunes in his first title defense. He's gone 2-2 in UFC, picking up knockouts of Antonio dos Santos Jr. and Chris Dempsey amid tough losses to Magnus Sedenberg and Krzysztof Jotko. He has knocked out 9 professional opponents. Sweden's Jack Hermansson, 13-2, joined Bellator MMA after 5 professional fights, where he went winless, 0-2, before returning to the European circuit. Said return proved successful, as he won and twice defended the Cage Warriors middleweight title during his 8-fight win streak. He is 2 inches shorter than the 6 feet 3 inches Askham. Both of these men are big hitters. 22 of their 27 wins have come inside the distance, 17 of them by knockout. Though Hermansson's beaten some quality opposition, I have to lean toward Askham. The Big Brit's 2 UFC losses came against highly effective grapplers, while Hermansson will likely oblige him in a striking battle. There, Askham's clinchwork and raw power ought to carry the day. At range, Askham's kicks should work well against Hermansson's in-and-out strikes, and he's well equipped to do damage should the Joker elect to wade in and trade bombs. Askham catches him with something big after a round and a half of fun engagements. 265 pounds, Jargistano vs Christian Colombo. Jargistano, 6'1", entered UFC on the heels of 6 finishes and 6 wins, the only blemish a no contest because of a timekeeping error. In his octagon debut, he took on Daniel Mlynchuk and ultimately lost a technical decision after eating a low blow. He will give up 2 inches of height to the 6 feet 5 inches Christian Colombo, 8'1". Poland's Colombo ran afoul of Victor Pesta early in his career, but has bounced back to win 6 straight. Last December, he returned from a 2-year absence to knock out Tom Sasaki in the first round. 6 of his wins have come by knockout. 2 very big, very awkward dudes means that the length and entertainment value of this fight will be inversely proportional. Dano doesn't have much going for him besides his size, and Colombo is every bit as slow. The difference is that Colombo has at least a rudimentary understanding of kickboxing. The Pole has decent kicks and some solid power, which combined with his length ought to work well against Dano. Dano could grind him down, of course, but the Syrian giant doesn't have much of a gas tank, and I really wasn't impressed with his debut. Colombo beats him down sometime in the second. 170 pounds, Nicholas Dalby vs Peter Sabota. Smooth technique and raw grit have carried Nicholas Dalby, 14-1-1, to a 1-1-1 UFC record against stiff competition. The Dane's most recent bout saw him struggle with Zach Cummings' size and strength en route to his first career defeat. 4 of his professional wins have come by knockout. 4 years after a 3-and-out UFC run, Peter Sabota, 15-5-1, returned to the world's largest fight promotion with wins over Pavel Polak and Steve Kennedy. Last November, he squared off with the Ultimate Fighter, TUF, veteran Kyle Noak, who knocked out Sabota for the first time in his career with a brutal body kick. He has gone the distance in victory just once, submitting 10 opponents. I've said before that Dalby reminds me a lot of Martin Kampmann. He shares his countryman's struggles with physical powerhouses and his heavy reliance on wrestling despite solid technical striking. Sadly, he's not quite the wrestler the Hitman was, which limits his ceiling. Luckily, his takedown defense ought to be good enough to keep it standing against Sabota, who's a step behind in the stand-up. Further, though the German may have the slight edge on the ground, he doesn't have the strength or punching power that the likes of Darren Till and Zach Cummings used to overwhelm the sharpshooter. Dalby dictates position and controls the striking for a competitive decision win. Not bad at all for a Fight Pass card. There is plenty of potential for big-time finishes during UFC Fight Night 93. See you Saturday, Maniacs, Yaks.